You will always have what your heart believes. A life with Jesus is light. What you do not see with your natural eyes is much more real than the natural world around you. Remember, your future already began. It's hard for me to talk about it without being really moved. Why? It happened 20 years ago. I did a 2-week fast, water only. And then the Lord said to me, the last day of my fast, the one day before the last, the Lord said to me, I want you to lock yourself away the entire day and just spend a day with me. And I locked myself in our basement. And, I remember that was the time before the internet, before the cell phones and everything. And I just locked myself away. And the Lord said, get paper and pen ready because I'm going to give you a download from heaven. And I got paper and pen ready. And it was a long time of Bible verse after Bible verse after Bible verse was just given to me. And I didn't even know what was written there. So I wrote everything down. And it was all about the heart. And that day in my basement, alone with God, He has given me so much revelations that I've guarded in my heart. I shared them with Debbie and I shared them with some people. But I never really preached about this. I just kept these things. And the more I shared them with Debbie, she said, write a book, write a book, write a book. You must write a book. Oh my goodness. For sure, 10 years, Debbie's been begging me to write a book. But I never did. You know why? Because the things that God revealed to me, that seemed so crazy. I mean, literally so crazy. Finally I decided to write the book. Why? Because today science actually proves all the things that God has shown me in the basement. Now here's what I did. I studied every one of the 854 mentions of the word heart in the original Greek and in the original Hebrew in the Bible in its context. So thousands of hours of studies over the last 20 years. Hours of research, scientific research I've done, and everything connected. And I've realized that there is nothing more powerful than your heart. And once I began to teach it, and once I began to share it with people, I've received stories of miracles, barren women who could not have children have babies, people who were incurably sick are completely healed, people who had no more hope and no more future are doing well and are being successful, lives transformed. I had a testimony from a woman who was so messed up in her heart because of all the abuse of childhood that she wished her father dead. Today she can embrace her father and she walks in incredible love. I remember the first time when I saw this woman. Her life was destroyed. There was depression and just a destroyed life. Today she is a radiant, happy woman. So the project of the heart has been one of the most incredible things that I've been involved in my whole life. 20 years I've prayed, I've researched, I've studied, I've spent endless hours with God working on my own heart and realizing that there's nothing more powerful than having a heart that is aligned with the purpose of God. And do you know what the most incredible thing is? You can change your heart. And I tell you what, without Debbie, this book would have never happened. Sometimes I said to Debbie, sweetie, leave me alone. Don't talk to me about this anymore. I will not write this book. But she insisted. She said, sweetheart, God gave you something so powerful, you cannot keep it for yourself. It must be shared. So finally I said, okay, in 2021, I will write the book. And I did. Not only did I write the book about the heart, which is a book with almost 50,000 words. So it's quite an extensive book. But also we are doing a special meditation, 21-day meditation that transforms your heart. So I call it the Heart Transformation Kit. And I promise you, there is not anything that I can imagine that's more powerful in changing your heart than this thing that we have been able to produce with the help of the Holy Spirit and the help of God. It took me long, but finally I did it.